Yo, yo, Joe, it's your boy Trav Moody here with yet another ranking and review. Today, we've got the G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro Carded Crazylegs Crimson Guard Woman, female, and Zap. We've been waiting for Zap for a while. We got OG 13 up in the house. That makes everyone happy, especially you old folks with your walking sticks and your wheelchairs. I'm just messing with you. But anyway, if you haven't watched the Moody review, we go through every figure, we rank them, we review them. It's a lot of fun. So let's just get right on to it and waste no further time. Coming in at number 3 in the new retro ranking review is Crazylegs. No surprise here because he's like 1,000% reuse except for the face. Just the crazy face, giving us no options for anything different other than this wacky, crazy, classic face. And usually on a Toy Kind of Move, we don't pay too much attention to packaging, but it is retro, and packaging is part of the importance here. You got the 3 figures on the back. I hate it. I wish every single retro was back there like we had as a kid. The file cards are what they are. And, you know, hey, Dave Thomas returns. All right, maybe not that guy. And now I'm starving, even for square-sized cheeseburgers. Okay, we got Dave Thomas here, Crazylegs. There was no other way to start this ranking or review for Crazylegs without the comparison, because once again, same thing, except you got this just crazy new face sculpt. We'll dive right on into that. And yeah, in person, it's not quite as bad as you think there. Is that like a scar, or is that just, oh, is that paint rub? Man, what's with me getting all the QC stuff going on? I don't know. That was like paint rub, but you know what? It's like, eh. And since I already got Twin Daves with the jump helmet and goggles, we'll just give you a look at how they look with each of them. You get a little more green on the visor. You get a translucent, kind of that classic translucent. It looks like there's a little bit of yellow tint. We'll get in closer, but does this even look like the same guy? I mean, you tell me. Does it look like the same dude? I don't think this guy can make this face. I mean, after maybe high levels of cocaine and LSD and any kind of drug you can think of. And yeah, just to compare, a lot less paint apps on this classic, but that's what retro is. It's like just retro, keeping it simple, keeping it basic. So you got a lot less coloring going on, as you could see in the rigger vest here. You got the reds all over on the sheath. You just got the plain black pretty much. And yeah, the knife does fit in there. That's on me. I don't think it's popping out. Maybe I got it going the wrong way. We'll trick with that. But yeah, you can see this nice silver plate there, and you still got the red scaling on everything. One different is you do have red and black comparison compared to the all black on the torso, and then the belt buckles and kind of going through diaper. You got the red going with the gray where this was all black. So on the legs and stuff and the inner lining, you got a different color contrast there. So there is paint there. Got the olive drab boots. So yeah, pretty much everything's the same. Let's compare the arms. So yeah, they didn't paint that pouch there on the arm or the logo, but everything else is the same. Helmet uses the same amount of paint. It's Christmas though, red and green. Missing the dragonfly logo on him, just kept it simple. And you got the nice tan there. Overall, just a classic looking color. And let's take off the helmet. Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't look like the same guy at all. And he also used Just for Men in the hair, and he's going vampire dark with it, trying to join the cast of Twilight. I guess we just need some fangs. But everything else, though, as far as just the parchments of the hair, it all pretty much looks the same. You get the same sideburns and everything like that. And then, of course, yeah, I got that scratch there, paint rub. Continue to get more QC problems. I know some people are like, oh, I'm fine. And also, look, he's got the 5 o'clock shadow with the dragonfly. None here, clean shaven. Of course, they wanted to pay a perfect homage to the O-ring, and it looks like he's got something going on with the paint above his eye with the eyebrow there, too. It doesn't look too bad close up. They have the same color eyes. It's kind of a lighter hazel brown, and these are like a darker brown. Yeah, I don't know about this one, guys. Doesn't look the same, but I don't think it's supposed to. This is classified Crazylegs, and this is Yo Mama's Crazylegs. For all those kit bashing fools out there, a little Christmas action. You got the green goggles, red helmet. Absolutely not putting the green helmet on this guy. It would just look ridiculous. I'm sure other critics will do it just for funsies. I won't. It's a waste of damn time. But and then the red helmet on the rigger, and then the rigger hat right here is just a way more of a maroonish red. It's just too dark for the cherry red that we got on the outfit. It doesn't work. I mean, if this is what you want to do, fine. But no, I'm good. All right, and then the moment you've all been waiting for. This actually looks amazing with black. I don't know. It looks so much better. Here's the black hair. He's like a skinny ass Frank Castle or something going on. Or like, drawn by Steve Dillon, right? I mean, pretty much on point. Let's get the rigger helmet on, rigger hat on there now. Yeah, I don't know. The hat looks a little oversized, but that's kind of cool. And then for this guy, just looks, yeah, he looks almost too subtle to be retro. And the face looks too modern, and what's nice about these helmets, these jump helmets, are PVC, so they're very soft, and you can just kind of throw them over there and not have too much of a problem with it right there. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. It looks much better when you throw the helmet on. And then these goggles take forever. They're kind of like the Cobra Viper ones. You got to mess with it and kind of pull it down, and yeah. I mean, the functionality is fine. It just takes a while. It just takes a minute. I'm not going to sit here and mess with it, but so I lied. I did mess with it, and yeah, it's a little crooked and goofy or whatever. But yeah, that's how they look with the swap faces. I don't hate it. As long as he's got the helmet on. Without the helmet's kind of crappy, and we just take that off. All right, let's try the green helmet. We got it, right? We've got to. All right, here you go. I know you demand it. I know it'd be in the comments. Saved you a comment. Saved you a demand. Here you go. I love this. I actually really like it. I don't know. I just think this body, no matter what face is on it, is so much cooler. Night Force is my thing, guys. It really is. I don't know about this, but yeah, you tell me. Tell me in the comments. Do you love this? Are you gonna switch? I'm actually curious now. At first, I didn't think people would do it, but man, this don't look too shabby. Fine, since this helmet was already on. Oh, you holiday action figure fools. I don't know what. He's like, cookies are here. All right, we got a youthful Otto Octavius here. Doc Ock. Yeah, just too big, the goggles, but I just thought this was fun anyway. And as far as articulation, there's no real reason to go too crazy with it, but I'll just give you an idea of how the joints go. And they are tight. They are tight. I haven't messed with it before the review. I'm going to take them right out of the box. And yeah, we got the double knee there. But look, you ever get scared when it's like here and you're like, oh no, I'm going to break the leg. And you almost have to like push it here with your thumb. There we go. Okay, good sign there. But yeah, I'm not going to go through this. If you want to know the articulation of this, go watch the Dragonfly review in the at the end of the video. I'll have a link to that with Crazylegs and stuff, since we haven't gotten a Crimson female or a Zap yet. And Zap's got Stalker's buck. There's a spoiler alert for later, but yeah, as far as the articulation, it's the same. So go watch that video if you really want to look at it. But in case you missed everything. All right, now diving into the accessories. Sorry, I said diving. I'm going to keep saying diving. He's a parachute jumper. Look, Vanmark Industries, you got the IGM 9mm semi-auto. It's a good one. I like it. It's a little mini one. I dig it. Goes right through the holster. It doesn't go through the holster, goes in the holster. There, you got your knife, just kind of the same knife as the other one, just all black. And then it comes to the short barrel rifle, Sig Sauer here. It's got a folded stock. It is the same one. Same one. There's no, oh, this one actually looks darker. The black, yeah, that'll actually look, never mind. Look at the paint. Nope, that's just the angle. It is the same one. I just had it on it. See how dark that looks? Oh, lighting is so weird, huh? But yeah, it's the same one. Same one with that folded sock. But yeah, it's a good one. I like it. Do you? And then the jump pack, you get the same one, except it is just all tan. That's it. This one has the red straps, red ropes, whatever you got there. And yeah, just lacking a lot of paint apps. And then how does it plug in? Plug me in, Wilson. All right, Dave Thomas, you're getting plugged. All right, here we go. That's good. It's in pretty good. Pretty good. We've given hell to Hasbro for backpacks for a long time, but they've definitely improved. Let's not waste any more time. Whiskeys! I'm going 3.5. This is a 7 out of 10 figure. The crazy shouting, yelling, face is a lot cooler than you think. And in hand, I like it. I like it. It's a lot better, but just, you know, all one-to-one reuse. It's pretty much how it's supposed to be. At least they went by the retro card. I think the original OG figure didn't have a shouting face like this. But I did give the Night Force figure, his buddy here, a 4 out of 5. Just, I love the aesthetic of it. It was a, you know, first of a kind. But which one do you prefer? Let me know in the comments. And do you think he's ranked too low? I mean, we still got 2 more figures. So let's take it away. It's number 3, Crazylegs. Aw, man, I thought I had a retro carded Crimson Guard, a regular male dude, to compare, and I don't. So I'll just show one on the screen. And I'm sorry, but this is like almost impossible with this ring light to review the plastic. But yeah, you got that art that's obviously brand new because it's in a female bod. Then on the back, same deal, file card. You know, there's really no reason to go too wacky on this. You can see all the images online too. So let's just see the review. All right, number 2, we get the Crimson Guard female. Just as Crimson Guard, so I don't know how to say it. What's the best proper, whatever, etiquette. Aesthetics, all new head and all new body. Yep, it's a female. So, and we haven't gotten this female body yet at all. So that's good. We're going to get more Lady Vipers, or, I mean, could this be Chameleon's body? I mean, what body do you see coming from this one? So we will go over articulation since it's pretty much all new. If you see any like parts, tell me. But from the studies of myself and Airborne Customs, shout out to my man Darren Marshall, kind of like, all right, where's his body from? Well, it's all new to me. So, but as far as the paint apps, it's very similar to the retro. And looking inside, you get very faded black in there, and you get, see how at one angle it's almost silver, and here it's just jet black on there. Logo has a little more red detail in here. It's almost like a flat gray. We'll get in closer there. Flat silver, I should say. So it's almost like colored in. See, it almost looks a little cheaper. See all the detail there of that eagle? And then as far as the Cobra logo itself, it's pretty good. It's pretty shiny. And then there's a comparison to the helmet. It's just a female version of this. I mean, it's a lot brighter metallic paint, I will say. Unless this has just been around for a while and it's decaying. But this feels brighter, shinier. Even the blade itself. We'll go over those accessories, of course. And I'm pretty sure it's the same accessories, just better. You got V for Viper, even though they're Crimson Guards. I don't know. You tell me what the hell's a V for? And then you see the holster, and that's red on there. So that's a little different there. And black, they match the Crimson Guard we got in the classified line. Well, that looks like a bigger weathered holster. That looks super clean. But we got a lot of commonalities there. And then just checking out the boots. Yeah, see how much wider that calf is to this one? And you got a flatter boot. Flatter heel, I should say. And you got, like, you know, girly heels, like boots. These are just like flats. And you almost got a different red knee pad. At least in person. On camera, it looks the same. So, yeah. Looks like an all-new buck. It should be interesting what we get. And since it's red, I was just saying chameleon. And then as far as the belt, it's the same, but you just got like a miniature version of that. It's pretty much tightened down. And that holster for the knife looks exactly the same. So that should be the same. But yeah, all new parts. And then as far as the backpack, it's identical. There is no difference there. Paint looks the same and everything. And we're going to go backwards here. We'll do accessories since they're pretty much like, and then we'll do articulation. Kind of that snake knife there. And yeah, this is just shinier. This is the Crimson Guard female. And actually the quality is better. It's not so gummy. Oh no, never mind. This is actually pretty stiff. This is actually a little less. But they're good. They're good. They're both good. Just a little less shine on the OG Crimson Guard Retro. But yeah, this one's nice and shiny. And the same for that 1796 Cavalry Sword. This is the duller male Crimson Guard, and you get that nice shine. As far as quality, it's about the same. Pretty good, pretty good. And you get the snakehead pommel on it too, on both the knife and this, but especially this. You can see it a little more clear, but yeah, same jazz. And the sword sheath's exactly the same. This one actually looks like a little more weathered. This one's straight up like a matte, clean. See how like the different weathering effects on that one? This one's just cleaner, and this is the female one. And then switching over to the M4 carbines, got the bayonet. This is the male one, of course, with the duller blade. Same deal, just nice shiny blade there, nice paint, and it's really solid. It's solid. I'll even take it off the backpack. I'll try to. Is it stuck in there now? Yeah, as far as quality, really good quality. It's a really stiff plastic. And of course, you have that option on the belt to put the blade there as well, and that pegs right in. Probably a little easier to do this. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, not my favorite thing. It just gets in the way, kind of pops out a little bit, but if you mess with it enough, it goes in. It's just kind of like, yeah, some people like that. I like it on the backpack though. Just my preference. All right, and then I don't know where the 1911 is on the retro guard, so we'll take it off the classified one. Hopefully it's the same gun. It is pretty much, yep, it's just that M1911 semi-auto. We've seen it a few times. All right, let's brighten up those lights. Let's get the articulation going here. So on the head, this is as far up as you're gonna get, but down is excellent. Head tilt left, head tilt right. Spin around 360, so pretty good on that ball joint. And butters, I mean, can't ask for more than that, right? He almost crosses ahead. At this point, man, everything's got butterfly joints and double pinless elbows, unless you're still talking about AEW Jazzwares or something, some outdated mold. Maybe even the Deluxe Marvel Legends are starting to go pinless too. Ab crunch. Kind of reminds me of Pilot Baronesses on the ab crunch. You got that torso cut there. I think it looks pretty good because that's kind of where the line is. I'm not too picky about that stuff, but you can tilt that way, tilt this way, and then as far as range, and then you can back that ad up. Nice ab. Back up, and then come back here. Full range on the legs. You got pinless double knees, of course. There we go. And how are the joints? They're pretty good. Yeah, nothing wobbly. No, the torso's stiff. That's more important to me almost. Like, and then, but look, so that double knee is really scary in the G.I. Joe, coming right off the, and look at this. So you have the leg pop off now on these new figures. I feel like I pop the legs off all the time when you're not really supposed to. Before you had to boil and pop, and now the leg, the bottom calf can just pretty much pop off. So you get that crease there. So that's a problem across the board. I'm not going to punish the Lady Crimson Guard with that, but there's a look at the female boot. Nice paint on the buckle there too. I like all this weathering. I'm so big on that. All this, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see when you get drop down hips there too. So yeah, pretty good on the range. Really good, excellent. But at this point, that's par for the course. We're supposed to get that. What else we got? Wrist swivel. Got the vertical hinge there. Horizontal hinge, sorry about that. And then what about the right? Sometimes that's no, that's vertical too. They're both verticals. And then, yep, shin swivel. And you got a 360 full rocker. Full rocker on there. Yeah, good. I don't know if I missed anything else, but yeah, really stiff. Look, no shake. That's important. Excellent articulation. Oh, she's a beauty. Poses well, stands well. That's awesome. All right, here's a little bit of an issue here with functionality in the backpack, because this is the male backpack. They did not form fit this for the female, and that peg is really long and does not go any further. Maybe it will on your figure, but you know, yeah, it's not the greatest, and it's just gonna stick out like a lot. So Not good there, but this is overall a really solid backpack, and I do prefer putting this on here, but it might be a lot of weight for her at the end of the day. And before we hit the whiskeys, we gotta have some fun. We got the Basic Instinct Crimson Guard. Yeah, that's right, Sharon Stone Carter face sculpt from Marvel Legends, and yeah, she looks awesome. This is my top pick, but let's see some other face combinations and how they look. And one thing I did want to comment on is that you got the softest PVC hands I've ever seen, which can be good and bad. It's super soft. Maybe there's somewhere broken. Maybe there's some QC stuff with hands and fingers and stuff, but they are super, super soft. Problem is this bayonet is way too big, this M4 for Baroness, or I mean anybody, right? For a female, it's just massive and it's hard to get them gripping. I mean, this is just a terrible stance, and her hands are way too small. I'm sure it'll take tons of work and you can get it there, but yeah, the hands are really tiny. One advantage though of the PVC hands is that they're really easy to grip, but yeah, she looks pretty cool like this, Baroness. I don't know if she's like good girl Baroness going undercover like Energon or what. All right, and then we've got Scarlet Undercover. Of course, she's done it millions of times as a Crimson Guard. And one other thing is this goes in great, the sheath, but it pops out a lot once you move figures around. Of course, with the way her hair is, that backpack rides pretty high, so it's a little hard. But yeah, there we go. She's a ninja, so I gave him the weapons there. But yeah, just a little. And then this blade of the cavalry sword is way too big for the hands too. It's just, you move it around, it's going to fall out. But yeah, I like that. You got yourself a Joe Undercover. So you got Cover Girl, you got Lady J, you got a bunch of other figures. And of course, Arana. So let me know who you're going to use as a Crimson Guard spy. And our whiskeys, I'm going to go 3.75 out of 5. I was going to give her a little higher, like 3.75-4 or 4 or whatever. But some of the same weapons, just too big for her hands. I don't mind the PVC gloves, but when the weapons are too big, it's really troublesome. Functionality on this sheath with the backpack, I don't remember how good it was with the other thing, but overall awesome. Love that the Marvel Legends and other G.I. Joe classified head sculpts snap on easily, fit right over, no problem, no having to boil and pop or use any blue tack or anything like that, so that's superior. But I mean, it is just a female version of the Retro Crimson Guard. Is that cool? Yeah, but it doesn't blow me away. Is it going to end up on my top 10 of the 2026 list? Hell no. But good figure though, 3.75, and we'll have fun building these. And let me know in the comments, are you building them? What face sculpts are you going to use? You're going to go undercover with it or whatever. So this will be a fun item to mess with for the first quarter of 2026. And shit, she did come with some punchies, but are you really going to use them? Do you ever use them? Do you ever use these things? All right, guys, number 1, Zap. We know it. It's the only one left, and this ring light is just really pissing me off for this. Anyway, we've got ourselves Raphael Zap Melendez, and we got all new head and a lot of cool stuff. This, you know what, you want pictures of the retro card, you want to keep in card, that's fine. But let's just open this thing up and review it, okay? And what do you know? The bazooka engineer from New York has fisties. Certainly needs those in the Big Apple. And yeah, it's a little hard to not be number 1 when, you're the all-new character. First time in line Zap, even though it is more reuse than the Crimson Lady Female. But you get what I'm saying. He's basically new with a lot of reuse, but all new face, all new character. He's got the retro helmet on from Duke, and for my life, I cannot find the one that comes with Duke or Starduster, so I apologize about that. But speaking of retro Duke, they do share the same hand. So we'll show those now, and of course, same fisties as I just showed you. But otherwise, no other comparison there. Taking a look at the face sculpt, it's awesome. I love it. It's just a totally unique, different character than we have. The slick back hair is definitely, a guy of his stature and suave, if you will, bravado. Definitely an improvement from the OG that was just shared face among pretty much all of the OG 13 at that point. The reason I got him out, it's the same. You get the same diaper or crotch watch, and you get the same legs. You got the same boots. You got the same torso underneath there. You can see the wrinkles and then that ridging on the sweater line. And uppers are the same because you got that pocket there that's highlighted with the darker green they got there. But lowers are different. It doesn't have the cuff. And then again, thanks for Darren Marshall for the breakdown of Zap that we both converse on some of these figures, getting out the right parts. But you can just see the uppers there look similar, a little different, but those lowers are 100% there as well. So pretty much just modeling after the Retro Trooper as far as the lower arms. Now, how do we make reuse out of short fuse? You bring it to Zap, because look at the shoulder harness is the same. It's just a flat brown tan color. This one actually has paint apps on it. You know, that's when you get a retailer exclusive. That's what happens. When you just got a mainline retro, that's what happens. So there you go. As far as the belt, yeah, that's the same too. This one has kind of the black buckle with the surrounding there, and you get a nice silver buckle there. So not too bad. All the pouches though, this lacks a lot of paint. This whole wave lacks a lot of paint, but maybe it's because it's retro. They kept it simple. Have they always done that? I don't want to go through all my retro figures, but it seems that way too. Holster is the same. Just you got black and brown there and all brown, and then yeah, that thigh pouch is the same, except you got a nice black and brown connection. But this is classified, not retro. So maybe retros are kept pretty simple there. And while it is Stalker's articulation, I don't want to go through it all. Just check out the joints. And again, very strong joints across all three of these figures. So nothing loose, no problems there, no issues so far. Everything's good. All the elbows bend well. You got the butters there. So yeah, everything's good. No issues at all. On the neck, everything's good. A boot swivel, and yeah, but this is pretty much the same articulation on like 75% of the Good Guy Joes. So no point to go too crazy, but just letting you know all the joints are really good. You got that ratchet torso there on the hinge, but yeah, otherwise excellent. Accessory time. Another commonality with Duke is you get that same exact Gen 5 inspired Glock semi-automatic that the Retro Duke had. So you got Zaps on top and Dukes on the bottom, 1 for 1. You get the trusty XMLR. I think that's Dukes on top, and then you got an all black one with a Zap. At least I hope that's right. Yeah, all black. Good quality, very strong plastic. Again, yeah, this one's even gummier, the Retro Duke. So they definitely made waves. Remember, said this on the last retro video. And he made a promise and he stuck to it. They definitely have better weapon plastic quality. Faux show. You didn't come here for the rifle. You came here for the bazooka and the backpack. It's all new. And then how does it peg? Yeah, a little bit of space, but I think because of the harness, it feels a little better. Yeah, that feels really tight in there. Feels really good. And you got all those new missiles in there, and they're fitting snug. All right, then getting the missiles out. They're all new. You got to use tweezers and be Dr. Moody. For Zap is you got Bazooka's bazooka up there, but then you get this OG new, all new bazooka. Is that like, what is that? I don't know. It looks like some beat up plastic. I definitely didn't do that since coming out. But there's no paint on there. You figured that's like the vision thing. And then obviously this pulls out. Put the oh, they don't go in that way, but they do go in this way. But then they don't really stay in. And then you'll have them hold it like that. And then have the classic right under his arm. Boom. Reach for his holster. And then you'll just have that sticking out right there. Yeah, pretty cool. But nowhere really to, these are not going to stay in. That's the only difference. And then they don't go in here or anything like that. You pop that out. And yeah, it doesn't fit in. All right, and there's the final look at Retro Zap. You got the all new face, you got the all new OG bazooka. Lots of great reuse on this figure, but I don't know. Seems kind of plain Jane. I'm digging them. Definitely a great addition. I just think at the end of the day, the OG 13 figures are just okay. It's the Joes I grew up with back in 1981. But they're okay, man. They're retro. It's just what we had as a kid or didn't have as a kid, and We got it in 112. It's solid, right? We're moving up the chain. Crazylegs Retro 3.5. Crimson Lady Guard Retro 3.75. Therefore, Retro Zap 4 out of 5. Solid, great execution. Wish it had a little more paint apps, but if you do that, then you're classifying it up. They're keeping it OG, keeping costs down too. But new OG bazooka is cool. I don't know about this functionality on it, but I had no QC. Nice to see a lot of the weapons, stronger plastic. Great quality figures. No loose joints, nothing like that. All right, that's going to do it for the latest G.I. Joe Classified Retro ranking and review. Which of these are you most looking forward to? Do you like the face swaps? Are you happy with how Zap turned out? You building the Crimson Female Guard? Is Crazylegs a little too crazy for you? Let me know in the comments below. And be sure to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We have live streams and premiere conversations at least every week. So this week we'll be chatting with My Damn Toys on Wednesday. That's tomorrow, I think, or today if you're watching this today. So either way, give us a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I can't wait to chat with you about the new G.I. Joe Classified ranking and review. For Toy Kind of Mood, I'm Moody. I'll catch you in the toy aisle. Peace.